My name is Shadi Seeley.
Zahir Motara.
Amber De Sylvia.
Jerome Hoyt.
I'm Crystal Holler and I'm in studio with Sports Therapy 101.
Zahir Motara, better known as Coach Z. I've been around the basketball circus for quite a long time. I played for the national team, both juniors and seniors, over a span of 20 years. I've also been a coach for a number of years. I've actually coached the junior national team, boys, and I also coach the Conway School Tridents. My greatest moment representing Barbados was actually the first time, in my opinion, was the first time that I actually got called to, that I made the team. I wasn't even supposed to be at national trials as a young basketball player at that time, but I just happened to be there and joined in. Went over the sessions, went through the sessions with everyone, and the story is long before cell phones. I was just home one night and I know the team was about to get picked, and I remember just before midnight the house phone rang and I jumped up because everybody's sleeping in the house, and I went to the phone and it was our manager. He actually told me that congrats, I made the team. And I was in so much shock that I actually asked if he was lying, if he was just playing a prank on me. And to find out I actually made the team was a great moment. And even during that first tour that we had, we actually went to Cuba, and it was memorable because even in the semi-final game against Jamaica, I was on the court and we were actually down 4 with about 30 seconds left. And I remember the play that was run up to this day, and hitting a 3-point shot, and then which put us down 1. And then from there, I remember obviously we trying to push up the court to pressure the Jamaicans, and actually seeing one of the players setting the screen. His elbow was kind of out, and instead of running away from him, I just ran straight into his elbow, and the referee called a flagrant foul. And I actually got 2 free throws as well, so we actually went from being down 4 to being up 1 after hitting the free throws on the other way down the court. And eventually we won that game. I went on to the finals, which was, very memorable at that point, being my first tour. I think coaching was instilled in me from a very young age. I was always known as a leader on the court, a leader among classmates, schoolmates, among my teams. I came up playing cricket, and then I transitioned to basketball. So I was around team sports, and it was always about passing on the knowledge you had. And from a very young age, I was into coaching in my community, and also when I finished school, went back to the school, began coaching, even though I didn't know what coaching really was. It's just a matter of giving back and teaching and just assisting. And then from there, everything pretty much blossomed into what it is today. And even while I was playing, I was always giving back and helping the younger people in the community with teams and so on. So coaching was pretty much instilled from a young age, and just happened to evolve into what it is now. I think definitely because there's always, you're always evolving. Things are always changing in the sport, things are always changing in the environment. So you kind of learn more, you kind of understand more as what's going on around the area, around the world pretty much in the sport, and you try to bring that to our island really and truly. Because as I always say, we're years behind in everything, especially sports-wise. So try to get to match at least some kind of level internationally. There has been evolution, so I have changed, especially a mentality and the way things are done, trying to get rid of that older mentality of the way things were done. And that's the only way forward, because there are many avenues out there for sports. It's just a matter of trying to bring those ways into our current generation of sports. Right, so the name Next Generation is pretty much that exactly what it is, and that's the reason we came up with it, because I saw a need for athletes on the whole, and especially basketballers, to start at a younger age. I started playing basketball when I went to secondary school, and which on the world stage is pretty much already too old. So then once I was coaching the junior national team and I saw the competition we were up against, and this is around the Caribbean, places like Puerto Rico and stuff, where they start playing basketball from the age of 6 in terms of programs in place. I decided to start Next Gen to try to get our youngsters just playing at an earlier age. So that was the intention from the beginning. This is about 6 years now that we've started, and you know, pre-COVID, we would have really had some good momentum with younger players starting up, actually starting to play games at the primary school level, and this would have then evolved with them moving on to secondary school and playing. But a lot of our players, which we would have started when they were 7, who would have now been moving on to secondary school, really took a hit with COVID because they have not been into school, they have no school competitions. So at the moment, we pretty much have to start back from scratch. So it's a matter of rebuilding again and trying to increase the pool. So our number one goal right now will be to increase the pool of basketball players between that age 6 and even 12. Just once you increase the pool, the numbers get bigger, and you know, you get more people playing sports, people playing and pretty much evolving into athletes. So our number one goal right now is back to square one and trying to increase the pool of next gen and of all athletes in all sports, really and truly, during this COVID time. I am Zahir Motara, coach at Next Gen, and I was in studio with Sports Therapy 101.